Hey everybody, it's Aaron from the Kilby Life, bringing another Kilby Live video. Can see my eyes? On day 8 of my walking challenge in July. Before we get started, I just want to thank Element for sponsoring this video. Yeah, I got up Saturday morning. I'm like, I'm gonna go out on some trails and do some walking. Get some hills in, get the work, get this 20 to 30 minute walk in. I just did it. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my 468 days on the carnivore diet. The results I've got, the things I wish I would have changed sooner, any regrets, and maybe at the end, a plea for you. As many of you know, my diagnosis for type 2 diabetes was really the catalyst for change in my life. It really just got me. That was the point that I was like, I have to change something. Something needs to change, and something's not right with our medical system. That I could just go and go and go, have pre-diabetic numbers and issues, and then say nothing about it. And then all of a sudden, I become officially type 2 diabetic and like, oh, now you need medication. And there's no talk of diet and exercise, not at least at my doctor. My old doctor, I'm not going back. In that frustration, I decided I'm gonna seek a better way. And I'm so thankful that I stumbled onto the carnivore diet. At first I was like, wow, this is so restrictive. Can people actually just eat meat and live? The answer is yes. 468 days in. Well, Aaron, you haven't just ate meat. I would say if I look back at 468 days of the carnivore diet, probably 400 of them were just beef, salt, and water. And, this is, 95% of all statistics are made up on the spot. But I'm trying to be as accurate as I can. Most of those other days were just carnivore, eating anything that had a mother, eggs. And there was a couple times that I've tried a little bit of broccoli, had a pot sticker, had some hummus, just a few things, but that wasn't until after like 6 months. Then I cut it out, and then I tried a couple things after a year again. It was like, I don't really need this stuff. I guess one of the things that I learned is that I was in an abusive relationship with food. And people might say, well, you shouldn't make the contrast between actual abuse and food, but there's so many similarities, it's hard for me not to. Has overeating ever made you feel less than? Has overeating ever made you feel depressed? Has eating too much or food ever controlled you and you felt like you wanted to get away, but you didn't know how? There's so many similarities, and going on the carnivore diet actually freed up my life. It freed up my life, and I was able to get out of an abusive relationship so I could see food for what it was. Not something to run to as a crutch, something to run to make me feel better when I don't feel good, but something to eat when I'm hungry. Then I got also the realization that not all foods are created the same. Calories in, calories out, for that matter. Is the nutrition in 1,000 Oreos, which is vegan by the way, the same as the nutrition in 1,000 calories of a nice ribeye steak? Absolutely not.
Oh yeah, that sounds
steak,
good.
Ribeye steak has essentially, if not 100%, all the nutrition you need to survive, and not only survive but to thrive. Just get some salt and you're good. Obviously some of the benefits I got were 50 pounds of weight loss. I've been able to have energy to exercise 5 days a week. Now with this walking challenge, I'm doing it 7 days a week. Doing some strength training, some weight training. I've been able to get on that. Almost 45 years old, best shape of my life. That's one thing that I realized, how thankful I am to actually have found a diet or a lifestyle at this point that worked for me and got me back that control where I don't have the yo-yo diet. Yo-yo dieting is just it sucks. And I've done it for years and years and years, trying to do my best. But my best just lost some pounds and then gained them back. Actually, typically more back. I say this all the time, but I also got better oral health, not eating all the sugars and the carbs. My teeth have radically changed. No more gingivitis, no more gum disease, no more cavities. That's a big deal in my life because I've struggled with those things for years and years and years. When it comes to my mental well-being, I've suffered with depression for years and years, and I still have down times, but for the most part, I am a lot more even these days, meaning that I don't swing high and low because I don't have all those sugar crashes, and that's been a blessing for myself and many people in my life. I still deal with a lot of stress, being a father of 8 kids, running a ministry and a fundraising thrift store where I move heavy furniture and run staff. There's a lot of challenges in those things. And I think over the period of this diet, it has helped me be a better husband, father, boss, employee. Now that I poop like every other day, like I'm not wasting all this company time. There's a rabbit. Ah, deer. Come back. Would you like to have an interview on your thoughts about the carnivore diet? Guess not. I mean, this is a benefit that I just realized right now. Being able to get up and out early in the morning, go for walks in the wilderness, just see wildlife like that. Well, here comes a train. That's great for filming. The only real downside that I've noticed on the carnivore diet has been just kind of the awkwardness when you're going to eat out with people and stuff. That's been a interesting learning curve for me. I've gotten way better about it. A lot of people know that I'm just eating meat, and you just try to make the best decisions where you're at, when you can, you know, that you can where you're at. And I was at a party last night, and they had some hot dogs, and they had some chicken, and I think they might have had some olive oil on that chicken, and that's all they had to eat. And I was like, well, okay, I'll eat that. And that's okay. Sometimes I've stressed about that. It's like, what am I gonna eat? And it's good to bring food in some situations because there might be nothing. I've been in situations where I had no food at all, and that is never fun. Another one of the downsides has just been the raising of specifically my LDL cholesterol. All my other markers are better because I reversed my hypertension, obesity, my type 2 diabetes, but just that one marker has got higher. And I guess the downside is it's been a steep learning curve, researching if that is damaging for me or not. There's a lot of consensus in the science that is not even backed by any actual studies, and they're paid for by drug companies, and there's a lot of stuff to sift through. Heard this the other day, the only proper place for consensus is in politics and sociology. No need for consensus in science. We're looking for real answers. I have not been losing weight for quite a while. I have stayed about 230 pounds, but it seems if I just eat till full and I eat just steak and eggs mostly, a little bit of bacon here and there. Crap, you see a lot of what I'm eating on my Sunday vlogs. My body wants to stay 230. That being said, I've also worked out consistently for this whole time, the 468 days, I took weekends off and every 7th week off, but I've stayed consistent, and I'd like to think that I've built some muscle also, but my body recomp has definitely changed. I really wish this diet would fix my face turning red. I've talked about that in other videos. I don't know what it is. My best guess is stress, inflammation. I still suffer from inflammation. Not eating sugars and carbs at all. You know, maybe a lot of years of heavy lifting and just wear and tear, all the cortisol from the stress of life. I don't know exactly what it is, but I would love to fix it. And diet itself hasn't healed it. Now, that being said, I have lots of good days. But I'll randomly have pains in my shoulders, wrists, balls on my feet, and it's not gout. I'm pretty sure it's not gout or oxalate dumping, because 468 days on a carnivore diet, I'm not consuming oxalates. Hold on, dude, you say you tried some broccoli? Dude, like maybe a few florets, and it actually tasted good. The consensus is that it's not that. I guess I just want to make this plea to anyone that watches this video and is inspired by my story. I've got so many comments over this course of this journey, and I appreciate all of them. But I'm talking to you, the person that's considering doing a carnivore diet, but is worried about it being too restrictive, worried about what other people will think, worried that you'll have to eat that way for the rest of your life, worried about all the things that are going to be taken away from you. I think you need to stop worrying, and I think you need to start realizing that you could be where I'm at now. Not exactly the same place, because you're a different person with different issues and things you're working on. You can find amazing healing in a short period of time. You could become a different person. A person with the right attitude and a healthy relationship with food. Someone that could look at food clearly and not run to it all the time and worship it. I talk to people all the time that are wanting to do it and failing, but you're not failing until you completely give up. So if any one of you is out there wrestling with diet, weight loss, autoimmune problems, IBS, man, host of different things, malnutrition, I would say try a carnivore diet. And I would say I'm here if you need me. I just keep walking and talking. I'm 3.14 miles in, been walking for an hour, 2 minutes, non-stop. That's pretty good. I'm going above and beyond, but sitting here talking to the camera makes it easy. One of the things I learned on this diet also is that I need to have electrolytes, especially as I'm working harder and exercising. And I've been drinking Element for at least 6 months now, and it has greatly reduced my leg cramps. And so what is Element? Element is a tasty electrolyte drink that has all the stuff you want with none of the junk. There's no fillers, no gluten, no sugars. They have a unflavored version that has 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams magnesium. It is essentially essential. It's what you need if you're going to go on a low carb, carnivore diet, keto diets, paleo diets, essentially any diet, honestly. You want to make sure you got adequate electrolytes, because I've learned that if you go on a diet, your energy level is going to go up, and then you're going to start being more active. And when you're active, you sweat, and you need to replenish those electrolytes. So I've been using Element for over 6 months now, and I'm telling you, it has drastically reduced any of my leg cramps, because I would get Charlie horses. They have a bunch of flavored ones that do have stevia in them, so if you're sensitive to sugars or even artificial sugars, maybe that's something you could try, but just keep it on the weekends. So today Element is offering, through our link, a free sample pack with any purchase. All you need to do is go to drinkelement.com/Kilby. That's DRINKLMNT.com/Kilby. And they will give you a free sample pack with any purchase. That's so you could try all the flavors, see which ones you like, and then you could go back, use the link again, buy some of the flavors you like, and then use the code again, so you could use the code over and over again, which is nice. And that is good for returning customers, first-time customers. And here at the Kilby Life, we're just thankful for Element for giving us opportunity to promote their product, a product that we use, we enjoy, and that actually helps me while I'm on this diet. I gotta stop saying diet. On this lifestyle, more active lifestyle. Some of my favorite flavors, which after being on this diet for a long time and not tasting anything, and then allowing myself to have some of these flavors, I love orange, the raspberry, the citrus, the watermelon. I mean, I even like the chocolate, and I don't mind it cold, which is just weird to say out loud, but I've kind of used them as like my one treat that I give myself on the weekends that has a little bit of flavor to it. Not to say that steak doesn't have flavor. Steak has amazing flavor. Amazing flavor. I have not got tired of steak. But I always warn people, okay, be careful, especially if you're starting a diet like this, to not give yourself so many concessions. Stick to the raw and flavored stuff for a while until you gain back control of your eating habits. And how do you know you will? Because you'll know. You'll wake up one day and you'll look in the mirror and say, whoa, I'm a different person. I think about food differently. I don't eat my feelings all the time. And if I am tempted to eat my feelings, I run to good nutritious food, like a nice ribeye, a nice New York strip. Ooh, see, I'm already hungry. I guess I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of homework today. I want you to go out, or when you go out the next time and you're shopping for food, I don't care if you're on a carnivore diet, keto diet, no diet, I want you to actually look at the ingredients of the food you're buying. I want you to look at those ingredients and see how many carbs and sugars are in them. You'll see so often that the ingredients say sugar, but then it'll say on the nutrition facts, no sugar. Well, that can't be true. There has to be something going on there. Well, that's nominal. Well, nominal adds up pretty darn fast. So if you want to know what I'm listening to today, on my walk, I was listening to the Liquid Tension Experiment. Check it out. If you like instrumental prog music, this might come across like super Sarah McLachlan like, but the carnivore lifestyle saved my life. It has literally saved my life. It's changed my life and made me a better, more healthy person, more thankful person. I'm hoping that for you also. All right, Kilby out.